Easy. Positive, negative. In line with the tail light. Very, very easy. Now all I gotta do is turn the key on.
Figured I'd do the rolling wrench fuel pump, the electric fuel pump mod. It uses this thing he built in this Honda fuel pump. Gets great reviews. I even hear people on the internet and YouTube say they go faster with it. I could actually believe that because even moving the fuel pump down low, the vacuum pump down low, guys have picked up a mile an hour or two because you're not starving yourself from fuel while you're riding. You're getting a good fuel. So I've already got mine low, so I don't expect any more top speed, but I am going to do a speed test on it just out of curiosity. I mean, just 12 volt switched DC coming back to this tail light, because when you turn the key on, the tail light works. And that's what we want. We want something when we turn the key on, it makes the fuel pump turn on, prime the system before we hit the starter. So we're going to find out. I'm going to guess it's, on this one it's green, so I'm going to guess that's the ground, and it's turning to a black here on the tail light. Black is not ground on this bike, but the people that manufacture the tail light probably use black as ground. And they're probably using that black right there on the bike. The solid black is 12 volt keyed DC. So I'm guessing that's my DC. And there it is, 12.86 volts. So the black wire coming out and the green wire coming out of the bike are your hot and ground. The opposite that you would think. So green, earth, and black is hot. I've already got a spare bullet connector on the green wire, which is ground. So we'll plug the black one into there. And then I've got to use his system here to pigtail from the hot wire on the brake light to the brake light, or to the tail light I should say, not the brake light. I don't know if I should plug it in yet until there's fuel hooked up to it, so I'm gonna turn the system off, plug it in, hook fuel up. I capped off the vacuum for the intake. The vacuum also went here. I really didn't know what to do with that. I capped it off at first, but then I read on the internet that that's the float bowl overflow, so it has to be vented. So who frickin' knows? So I ran my vent lines down there, and also that tank vent that I've never seen on anything but this Generation 5. I'm keeping that, I guess, because I tried to take it off and fuel came out. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Put the fuel pump right here, and the float bowl's empty, and the fuel line should be empty, so let's turn it on and see what happens. It definitely seems to be working. Well, let's try to start it up, see what happens. Hear it with the engine going, but you can definitely see it pulsing. So I guess it does that constantly. And initially give it gas, it tries to die. We'll probably have to retune the carburetor, because maybe it's getting more fuel now. It idles good, and it seems to run good once I get it going, but right off the throttle stop it runs like shit. That improved a little bit. I readjusted the air idle screw. Now it seems to have the right kind of pickup. Oh, that feels good. Yeah, I don't consider this a performance mod. I just put it on there to make it start easier. More reliable starting, especially after it's been sitting a while. That's the main test on it because I've heard guys say they're getting higher top speeds with it. Okay, we'll do the rolling wrench fuel pump curiosity test. Wow, let's look at that, 59 miles an hour, holy cow. Well, I didn't expect this to be a performance mod video, but I guess it is. The time to beat was 57, and this is back with a stock CDI. Did a 57 run, 4 seconds 0:30, 13.2 in the 8th. I went to the rolling wrench fuel pump, 59 miles an hour. Wow. And I added a second. Look at that, 0:30, 5.1. I added a second there, and I added a half a second to the 1/8, 13.9. And that's probably because, I know it sounds crazy, but the fuel bowl, or the float bowl, is running higher, at a higher level, probably. I know it's an old motocross trick. You can run your float bowls higher or lower to richen or lean in your bike. I don't know why that makes a difference, but I know it was a trick we did. And I'm thinking the float bowl's running higher, so it's rich, and that's why I'm getting those slow takeoffs. It feels fine. It doesn't feel like I'm slow. I thought it was actually going to be faster. It felt great. No hiccups, no anything. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there and lean out that needle jet. I'm going to drop that needle down maybe 1 or 2 clips, and that will probably solve my takeoff issue. Needle is a super simple adjustment. Get to everything from the top. Look at that. Non-adjustable needle. I will fix that. Adjustable needle. So I ended up dropping the needle jet down to the second from the leanest position. So I really like the way it feels. I had to use a different needle jet from a different carburetor because the one that came in at stock was not adjustable. So I got a different carburetor that had clips on it. I used that needle. It measured out the same. I got the time down in the 0 to 30 to 4.4, which is still 0.4 seconds slower than the other one, my original run. But man, it feels good. So I think I'm going to keep it there. I just like the way it feels. It seems to take off nice. The 0 to 20 is still the same. And I just did the 0 to 30 run. You can do that right in front of my house, so it's kind of nice. But yeah, rolling wrench fuel pump. Probably best mod I've done so far. Definite keeper.